Hey everyone, Christina here with One Creative Direction. How are we doing? So it has been a really long time since I've painted. As I mentioned in my last few videos, a huge commission, which I finally got packed up and sent on its way to the owner earlier this week. So I am, after a little bit of cleaning and organization in my art room, I've got everything to the point where I am ready to paint. And I mentioned late last year when I got back from Florida that I wanted to kind of change the concentration or change up what I was doing. So part of that plan is to do less canvas work and a lot more functional type pieces. So that's pretty much what I've been concentrating on. My huge commission was all functional. I did a huge clock. I did I think 10 or 12 Lazy Susans, matching coasters for every one of them, and then I did a table, a beachy themed table. And it was a lot of work because everything was on wood. So that's all behind me. I'm ready to move on. So just wanted to let you know that we're going to be doing some functional stuff today. So I picked up quite a few of these canisters. They have nice bamboo lids, and I took all of and I bought them used. Took all of the silicone seals out and have been kind of cleaning those in a solution. And I've got all of my lids taped up to paint. So I did a few test tiles the other day and I think I'm ready to go. So we're going to do a few of these today. I think I'm going to do, I have 9 canisters. All of them are not all the same size. So I have, I think 3 of each size. So I have 3 of this size, 3 of one that's about 2/3, and then 3 of one that's about 1/3 the size. So I'm either going to do in 3s. My concern with that is maybe somebody doesn't want the whole set. So I kind of thought about doing them all the same, but that's kind of boring. So I'm going to make up my mind here in the next 5 minutes. But that's what we're going to be doing today, is making some of these. So it could be a very short video, but I did want to give you a kind of a heads up to some of the fun stuff that I'm going to be making. So I also picked up a few piggy banks. So I'm going to be making a few of these. I have a smaller one than this. I need to get this prepped. It still has the plug in the bottom, but I'm going to have to figure out a way to plug this top hole in the bank so I don't get paint in it, and then plug this as well. I think I may just leave that on there, but we'll see. So that's one fun thing outside of the canisters. And I was recently at a flea market and I picked up a bunch of really cool, different looking cigar boxes. This is a cigar box. So I'm going to turn these into possibly some like trinket boxes, jewelry boxes. Haven't decided 100% yet, but I have like 3 or 4 different size and shaped boxes. I tried to find the most unique ones. So there's that. And then I also picked up a couple of really cool little things. This one is shaped like a shell. It is like a plastic, like a hard plastic. I'm going to paint on the outside and then I'll tape off the inside. I want to leave the inside clear. And then I'll put something on the little feet to protect those. And then I picked up this, I'm not really sure what it's made out of, but it's pretty high quality. And it's got this really nice interior. It's kind of like kind of reminds me of a mother pearl, but it's kind of a beigey, creamy color. So I'm just going to paint on the outside and see how that goes, but obviously something to go with this. Not really go with it, but just not clash with it. And then I picked this up at Hobby Lobby for 99 cents. They had a bunch of glass stuff that they clearanced off. It's a glass drinking bottle. It has a lid that comes off. So my thought was to kind of approach it like a tumbler or a vase. I'm not really sure if I'm going to paint all the way up. I think if I paint it, I'm going to tape off this top portion here. That's kind of my thought. And then I'll do something fancy around this edge here. But this should be really fun. A lot like painting one of my vases. But yeah, really like the idea of this. It's a pretty large bottle. It's almost the size of from my elbow to my hand. So pretty big. So those are some fun things I have coming up. Just a few things. I actually have some other things that I'm going to be working on as well, kind of in the functional realm. So I'm going to get everything started, move my camera, and we'll get started on these canisters. Okay guys, I did a real quick test tile. I'm not sure that I like the outcome, so I'm going to switch up the colors and do another test tile. All right, so we'll be back in a second for that next test tile. Okay, this is the second attempt. I basically took out the first color I had in the lineup, and this is what I got. Switched up the order a little bit. I really like this one a lot better. I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to get my lids together, and we're going to do at least the first 3, and then I'll decide if I want to make them all the same. Okay, so here we are. I'm ready to do the lids, and I did one more test before I prepped this, and I didn't care for it, so I'm back to the second sample. So what I did on the third one was, I wasn't sure I liked the black cell activator under the white cell activator because I used both on both samples. And so I eliminated the black on the third one, and I didn't care for it nearly as much. So I'm debating whether or not I eliminate the white and just go straight black, or do both on this one. So yeah, trying to decide. I know I need to put a little bit less paint on here because this footage is smaller than a tile, so I need to scale that back. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Uh-oh, I got some paint on the end of here. Fingers crossed I don't mess this up. If so, I will be scraping because I don't want to let them dry. So do I do white or just black? I feel like I need to just do black. Trying to get my air bubbles to pop prior. Okay. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I just need to do both. I don't know. Maybe just do black. I didn't like the grayish look that was going on. So let's just do black. Let's see what happens. All right, don't look at my messy hair, but we're gonna blow this out. May have gone a little overboard on the cell activator. Definitely way too much CA. Ooh, looks like we're scraping. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera off and scrape. Okay, here we go. I think part of the thing is I put way too much paint down because I didn't have any really pillow paint showing. So let's back off on how much paint I use. And we're gonna go back to the 2 cell activators. Okay. All right, hopefully this one is successful. Let me tell you, I got these cute little bottles at Hobby Lobby. They are perfect for dispensing your, one thing I didn't do on that last one either is put a little bit of this Modern Masters paint before I put the black CA. Now I'm gonna have to be careful I don't put too much CA on here. Now I'm second guessing whether or not that's enough. But these are really cute little bottles, perfect for dispensing cell activators. But you cannot shake them with the lids on. You literally have to take the lid off and put your finger on and shake it if you need to shake it. So, lesson learned. Okay, let's blow this out. Yes, much, much better. Okay, it's gonna be interesting when I spin this. So this thing doesn't spin off my turntable. Oh, goodness gracious. Yes, that looks much better. I don't know what I was thinking trying to adjust it. But yes, this looks much, 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 much better. Get some air on there, get some cells going. Now for my CA recipe, I have a few videos on it, but it's basically the last video I did on my cell activator with Penetrol. The stuff works fabulous. I love it. Right now I'm using Winsor & Newton Mars Black while we're waiting on this to develop, and Winsor & Newton Titanium White. Those are the 2 colors that I'm using. I really like the Winsor & Newton for the blowouts, and if I'm going to do a swipe, I think the golden, I think it's golden Mars Black or Ivory Black, one of the 2, and the Titanium White work really good for swipes. I want to say that there's other brands too that I've used for swipes, but those work fabulous. So yeah, that's nice and developed. So let's give this a spin. Don't want to spin it too fast. Oh yeah, that looks much better than the second track, or the last track. While that's finishing up the spin, I will tell you, I taped these up so you can see. I left the tape a little bit close to the edge. The silicone seal goes in a slot in here. So I wanted to make sure that it didn't go all the way against here. I wanted to leave a little bit of a spot so I can run my bright tone a little bit further than the paint. Oh yeah, this looks very nice. Let's give it another spin. Try to get as much paint off of there as possible. I don't like this big white, whatever that is going on the side here. So let's see if I can blow some paint over it and spin it. Oh yeah, that looks really, really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna, I still think I need some paint over this edge. Even though I left a little bit of paint when I scraped, I was having a little bit of trouble making it over that edge. This one the same. I'm gonna spin it. Maybe a little bit more pillow paint on it for the next one. Oh yeah, one more. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Except right here. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't want over the edge. There we go. Now I'm going to give it a little spin. So that finishes going over the edge. Okay, definitely like that. Definitely looks really, really good. I'm debating whether or not I want to like scrape that off before I put it on my rack to dry, because what I don't want are little tiny drips off the edge. I don't want like big droplets of paint that I have to like cut off. Gotta be really careful not to scrape the side of it. I didn't think about that before. Okay, that looks really good. Okay, so what paint am I using? I have Amsterdam turquoise. I have, let's see here, Soho's Phthalo Blue. I have Color Arts Arctic Opal. I'm trying to read these without my glasses on, and some of them are a little faded. I have Pebeo Green Blue. And I already told you what my cell activators were, and that little bit of white that I put on is Modern Masters Snowflake. I find that if I put certain brands of paint down before my cell activator, I feel like it develops a lot better. Modern Masters is one of those, and let's see, Unicorn Spit is one of those, and what is my other one? Deco Art Extreme Sheen is another one. All right, I'm gonna pick this up and put it up to the camera so you guys can see it in all its glory. All right, I guess I shouldn't have to worry about that coming off of there. It was on there pretty good. What do you think? I would love to hear your comments in the comment section on what you think of that color combination. And basically what I'm going to do is, actually I'm going to set this back down because it looks like there's a little bit more paint I would like to scrape off of the bottom of here. I see a few little tiny drips, and I really don't want that. I don't want these big drips of paint. That's why I was trying to get as much off as I possibly could. Because you really want those lids to fit tightly, right? Okay, let's see how we look there. I know it's impossible to get it all, but I feel like I got a really good portion of it. I really like how this turned out. So I'm going to do the other two in the set like that. Hi guys, I just wanted to give you a dry results update. So this is the large container that I showed. These turned out fabulous. There's one. I just brought a whole set in. So here's the next biggest size. These turned out really good. I haven't taken the tape off yet. I'll do that later. But just thought they turned out spectacular. There's the little short one. And I did end up doing all of them in the same colors. So here's a few more that just are tiny bit wet in the center. But you can see they all turned out really nice. The other three have a little bit more paint that needs to dry, so I left those in my drying rack. Thank you for joining me for my video. Again, I would really love to hear your thoughts in the comment box on these, or just my general direction to do nothing but functional art. Would love to hear your feedback. Watch for the next video. It's coming up in a couple of days, so don't miss that. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that like and the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks guys. Catch you on the next one.